Danny, long away trip to Carlisle, but the lads will be in good mood, weren't they, given recent results?
Yeah, I think we're used to travelling. It's a pretty northern League Two this year, so we've had many travels up north on a Friday. But luckily, we enjoy each other's company, and yeah, we're just looking forward to the game.
And it'll be a tough challenge with a new manager coming in. Carlisle probably in a false position that they don't want to be in any longer.
Yeah, I think so. I went to watch them on Tuesday. They'd been really disappointed to come away from Newport County without anything, because they put in a good performance. Probably created 4 or 5 clear-cut chances that they would have liked to have taken, and then lost the game to a really good counter attack from Newport County. Carl Hudlin just came on and was able to score. I look at their squad; they've got so much depth. They've got a lot of higher quality players, but for one reason or not, it hasn't quite happened for them thus far. But we know how tough it is to go to Carlisle at any time of the season, and we are just really focused on trying to find the consistency that we've been able to find in recent weeks, and trying to be the best version of us.
And over the years, have you come across Mark Hughes in the opposition dugout much?
Yeah, well, he was a top player, one of my dad's favourite players, and then he's been a top manager as well, managed at the highest level. So both domestically and internationally. We actually met him when we were with Portsmouth on a pre-season camp in Spain, and he was Bradford manager at the time. So we shared the same hotel and training facility at Pinatar. So yeah, managed to have a couple of conversations with him then. But yeah, nothing but respect. And I think his first home game as Carlisle manager. So yeah, we understand how tough the game will be for us.
We've had a free week ahead of what's going to be 2 tough away games. You know, is training that to reflect that, or was it just a normal training week?
I think we've had a really good week. We've obviously got some new players in the building off the back of the transfer window. Probably a group at different stages. We've had an 11 that have played pretty consistently over recent weeks. They've had a lot of 11v11 exposure. Then our finishers, as we like to call them, probably have had less game time. So yeah, we kind of trained on different pathways at the early part of the week. Tuesday's session in particular allowed us a group to do some stuff in smaller dimensions, more actions per minute, more decisions per minute, kind of sharpening their tools. The boys that have played a lot recently, and then the group that have had less 11v11 time played a 60-minute match, 20 minutes an internal game, which was just what they needed. So I think we had a really good front end of the week, or front part of the week, and then yeah, it's allowed us today to come together and turn our focus on the game plan towards the weekend against Carlisle. And
do you feel you're in a position now that you've got the strongest competition for places since you've been at the club?
Certainly since I've been here, I think so. We obviously 7 went out in January, but probably boys that all needed to get out for one reason or another. Probably right for them, right for the club. Obviously Ben Goodliff went on loan, and that was to get him some much needed game time, because he'd been short game time in 2024. For the rest of the players, they were coming to the end of their contracts, and it was whenever I think, you know, when you're clear that probably you're not going to renew their contract in the summer, if you can accelerate that process, I think it works for everybody. And we've been able to bring in some young players with fresh energy, which I think is always a good thing. And yeah, like I tell the boys all the time, we now have competition for places. Probably leaves 1 or 2 senior players behind this weekend, which is certainly the first time we've ever had to do that since we've been here. But yeah, it's been like I said, it's been a good week. It's been a positive week. I think we have a group that have enough get up and go. A lot of natural enthusiasm and positive energy, which Nicky and I always like. And we also have a group that never give up. And I think when you have boys in the group that have that giddy up and then that never say die, never give up attitude, then yeah, the rest of it kind of normally takes care of itself.
And are they difficult conversations to have with players when they aren't in the squad?
Well, I think that they're necessary conversations. For me, it's always to try to have those conversations as early as we can, so that we can give the players clarity. I think it's always to speak honestly and to give them your truth. We're not always right, and when we do get it wrong, I try to find the players before they find me. And I think that this is a good way to live. The players know that ultimately we have their best interests at heart. And I think for us, for the boys that are not in the starting 11, it's always to try to spend enough time with them during the week, to keep investing in them as people and them as players, to try to work on their game and develop their game. And I think the players always respect that. And then when you do sometimes have to get in their way on a match day by not picking them, then at least they know that it comes from a good place, and they know that we have their very best interests at heart. And I think, they're good professionals here. We have a lot of good professionals, and they, no player likes to be left out of a starting 11, let alone a squad. But I think they understand that the team is in a good moment, and that we, as a consequence, have real competition for places.